Picture this. It's 1989, and pop music is about to undergo a massive transformation. These tracks hit the charts, disappeared, and left behind blueprints for a new sound. You won't believe how they shaped the music you love today. Before we move on, I would like you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Number 1. Buffalo Stance. How did a track like Buffalo Stance end up reshaping the DNA of pop music? Nene Cherry's breakout hit was a fearless collision of hip-hop, dance, and pop sensibilities, a combination so unusual in 1989 that it felt like it came from the future. Cherry wasn't interested in fitting into pre-made molds. Instead, she delivered a sound that embraced street-smart attitude with a side of unpredictable style. Lyrically, it was bold, unapologetic, and carried a swagger rarely heard from women in pop at the time. The production was its own statement. Built on raw breakbeats, a hard-hitting bass line, and Cherry's uniquely half-sung, half-spoken delivery, the track carried an edge that made it impossible to ignore. This wasn't just music to dance to, it was empowerment wrapped in a groove. Decades later, you can hear its echoes in artists who blur genres effortlessly, like MIA and Billie Eilish. Buffalo Stance wasn't just different, it was a quiet revolution. Number 2. So Alive. How did So Alive manage to feel both hypnotic and effortlessly cool the moment it hit the airwaves in 1989? Love and Rocket struck gold with this sultry anthem, offering a minimalist groove that demanded attention. Stripped back and smooth, the track's seductive bass line and velvety vocals created a sense of intimacy that stood out in an era often defined by excess. It wasn't just the sound, it was the mood. So Alive felt dangerous and alluring, something you couldn't quite pin down. Though Love and Rockets didn't follow it up with another mainstream hit, the song planted key ideas that would reappear as the 90s took shape. With glam rock's theatrical flair fading, So Alive pointed to a new kind of simplicity, emphasizing atmosphere over flash. Its influence trickled into bands like Garbage and the Smashing Pumpkins, who merged mood-driven arrangements with alternative sensibilities. Quietly but powerfully, it helped chart the path for alt-rock's rise. Number 3. Room to Move. What happens when a synth-pop track from the late 80s dares to prioritize individuality over trendy formulas? Animotion's Room to Move answered that question with unapologetic energy. Bursting with bright, infectious synths and an upbeat tempo, it gave listeners permission to embrace independence and self-expression, something not every pop song of its time set out to do. The track had a polished yet playful feel, effortlessly blending its catchy hooks with a message of personal freedom. Although it climbed the charts, Room to Move didn't carry Animotion into long-term stardom. However, its themes resonate in today's pop culture, where individuality is celebrated more than ever. In its own quiet way, the song anticipated a cultural shift where standing out became the ultimate goal. Number 4. Funky Cold Medina. Could a hip-hop hit about a quirky drink really shape the future of party music? Tone Loc's Funky Cold Medina certainly makes the case. Released in 1989, the track grabbed attention with its funky samples and sharp storytelling. The playful lyrics, framed around a mysterious, love-inducing beverage, made it stand out in a landscape where rap was often more serious or socially charged. Locke's laid-back delivery, paired with an infectious beat, had listeners coming back for more. Not just for the laughs, but for the groove. At first glance, many dismissed it as a novelty track, but its influence ran deeper. The song's casual, conversational tone, wrapped around funky production, hinted at the party-centric rap style that would later dominate airwaves. Number 5. Baby Don't Forget My Number. What happens when a pop hit becomes a symbol for an industry scandal? Milli Vanilli's Baby Don't Forget My Number was everything a late 80s chart topper needed to be. Polished, catchy, and radio-ready. Its irresistible hooks landed the duo at the top of the Billboard charts, perfectly capturing the glossy essence of 1989 pop music. But behind this success lay a secret that would ultimately overshadow their achievements. Neither Rob Pilatus nor Fab Morvan had sung a single note on the track. When the truth came out, it was a seismic moment in the music industry. The fallout wasn't just public humiliation. The duo famously lost their Grammy for Best New Artist, marking the first time such an award was revoked. This forced major changes in how artists were credited, with stricter standards to prevent misleading audiences. Number 6, I Wanna Be Rich. Can a pop song about striking it rich really be more than just a feel-good anthem? Callaway's I Wanna Be Rich didn't hold back. Released in 1989, it was a gleeful celebration of wealth, dripping with the playful optimism that defined the era. Its bouncy synths and irresistibly catchy chorus painted a picture of extravagant dreams. Mansions, limousines, diamond rings, all wrapped in a vibe that never took itself too seriously. It wasn't rooted in greed but in ambition, capturing the bold pursuit of the American dream. The song came at a time when pop culture was obsessed with prosperity. Movies like Wall Street had enshrined the mantra of "greed is good" and "I want to be rich," gleefully echoed that sentiment, albeit with a wink. But what makes it resonate today is how much it foreshadowed. Number 7, Veronica. How did a song about memory loss and aging strike such a chord with listeners? Elvis Costello's Veronica wasn't just another catchy pop tune. It carried a heartfelt story beneath its upbeat rhythm. Released in 1989, it explored the fragility of memory, a theme rarely touched upon in mainstream music. Rumored to be inspired by Costello's grandmother and her struggle with Alzheimer's, the song added a deeply personal touch, weaving poignant storytelling into a melody that could still get stuck in your head. Veronica stood out because it balanced vulnerability with accessibility. Its narrative captured a mix of joy, sadness, and reflection, making it resonate with audiences on an emotional level. This mix of personal lyricism and commercial appeal opened doors for introspective pop in the 90s. Number 8, The Mayor of Simpleton. Can a quirky, self-effacing love song really leave a blueprint for modern indie rock? That's exactly what XTC's The Mayor of Simpleton managed to do. Released in 1989, the track stood apart with its jangly guitars and lyrics full of charm and wit. It wasn't trying to dominate the charts alongside glossy synth pop. It carved out its own space, blending clever wordplay with an upbeat melody that was deceptively intricate. The song's confession of inadequacy paired with a down-to-earth sincerity made it feel refreshingly authentic. The Mayor of Simpleton proved that pop could be just as intelligent as it was catchy, inspiring an entire generation of musicians to pair heart with humor. Number 9. All I Want Is You. What sets All I Want Is You apart is its raw emotional resonance paired with cinematic scope. As the closing track of Rattle and Hum, U2 crafted a lush, reflective moment that broke away from the album's more energetic earlier tracks. The song begins simply with Bono's earnest vocals and acoustic accompaniment, before gradually transforming into a sweeping orchestral arrangement. The addition of strings and a gospel choir gave it an anthemic grandeur, hinting at the kind of emotionally charged sound that would define 90s arena rock. While not an immediate chart-topping success, the song's structure and production became a blueprint for bands like Coldplay and Muse. Its ability to build from intimate to epic influenced how rock ballads could balance introspection with vast theatricality. Number 10. Rock On. How does a glam rock classic from the 70s find new life as a polished hit in the late 80s? Michael Damian's 1989 cover of Rock On gave David Essex's moody anthem a sleek update, trading the original's raw production for a more atmospheric, studio-polished sound. By enhancing the track with contemporary synthesizers and stripped-down intensity, Damian managed to bridge the gap between glam rock nostalgia and a modern, late 80s sensibility. While the original leaned into theatrical flair, Damian's version brought a focus and edge that felt fresh for a new audience. The timing couldn't have been better. Nostalgia was about to explode in the 1990s, and Rock On tapped into that growing desire to revisit older styles, but with a modern twist. Its success wasn't just about the song itself, it was a hint of what was to come. Damien's version helped spark a trend where reimagined hits became a gateway for younger listeners, blending the familiar with the contemporary. These songs weren't just flashes in the pan from 1989, they helped shape what came next in music. Whether through bold production, genre experimentation, or lyrical depth, each track challenged what pop could be. Their influence spread quietly, rippling through the sounds of the 90s and beyond. It's easy to dismiss them as relics of another era, but listen closely and you'll hear the seeds of today's biggest trends.